You won't find many of these out here called a J-Flight. Kind of an interesting little footnote in the RV annals of history. The J-Flight fifth wheels were made for a couple years, and then when they started getting laminated here, they actually became renamed Eagle Superlight. So this is really kind of the predecessor to a lot of the modern Eagle fifth wheels that you see from Jayco even today. Overall, appears to be fairly well kept. They just swapped up to a bigger and better fifth wheel, and off they went. Now we've got some wicked morning sun pouring in through all the windows here, so pardon the shades being drawn, and occasionally the camera might go dark on us, but I think you'll get the general idea. Overall, you know, used, not abused, is really the, I think the best description I can give to this one. You can see everything's been kept pretty darn clean, you know, not beat up or anything like that. Like the floor still got decent gleam to it. The kitchen shows, you know, regular signs of use, but it's not all dinged up and banged up and whatnot. I do like all of the good drawer space and cabinet space through this kitchen. We'll get to that in just a minute. Pretty conventional rear living room layout, nothing earth-shatteringly new or fancy here, just a well-built version of it. Central air, central heat to keep you comfortable. And let me get away from one of these windows, here you go, so I can get a look at that just classic sort of honey oak cabinetry that really kind of, this is when, you know, I was a kid, this is what campers looked like. So it's really this coloration pattern right here that still speaks to me today. Kind of like when you were a kid, the music that you listened to in high school was the best music. Am I right? Well, I guess in RV terms, this was my high school music right here. Huge overhead cabinets, and I do like that pantry beside the refrigerator. They didn't chop that out like a lot of rear living rooms do. The weight of this should fall right into like actual true half-ton towability. The only thing I'm not sure about at the time of this filming, but I'll try to get some specs posted for you, and they probably have already done that, what the hitch weight is going to be. And when it comes to half-ton towing, most of the time that's really the number that you have to watch out for, is the hitch weight of this RV versus the payload rating of your vehicle. A lot of newer modern half-tons, they have the they can tow like a mule. You know, I've seen these half-tons that can tow 12,000 pounds, but sometimes they only have a 1,400 to 1,600 pound payload rating, and that's where you gotta watch it. Older fifth wheel, designed for those classic sort of square TVs, basically. Owners went through and had updated all of that, but they took their electronics that they added with them, and hey, I can't fault them for that. We do have easy access storage below the bench over here, and the entertainment center, one of the cool things about those classic entertainment centers made for a classic TV is you actually get a lot of extra storage out of it because it is so much deeper, and that's pretty darn handy. Moving upstairs here, we've got a pretty traditional sort of like step up to the bed arrangement right here. This is a 60 by 80 True Queen though, so you can put any kind of residential mattress in there you want, and I love it whenever manufacturer gives you one of those recessed headboards with the power outlets up there, so whether it's phone charging or CPAP friendliness or whatnot, this one will absolutely take care of you. Your cross breeze windows here, everything looks good. My notes indicate to me, the salesman asked the customer, you know, the history of the camper, and my notes indicated to me that they had a historic leak, but they had it professionally repaired at the dealership where they purchased it in Ohio. And whoever those guys are, they must be pretty good, because I've got a trained eye looking for stuff like that, and I haven't located where there was any kind of problem originally. So my guesstimation there, technical term, is that they went through and replaced factory parts with factory parts, so it doesn't look like some sort of hillbilly fixed it in the barn sort of job. Now technically, a few seconds ago you were actually in bed with me, but neither here nor there. Quick look at the bathroom here, and we'll hop outside. And one more note on the Jaycos built during this period here is they did have the bigger max air vent fans, which many of them have gone away from since in this size and category. Now most of your J-Flight fifth wheels built actually had the aluminum corrugated skin with a wood skeleton below. Their fifth wheels, they did offer an upgrade to a fiberglass exterior, which obviously has been done here. But this actually is a laminated sidewall, so it is an aluminum framed laminated sidewall going on here, although you do still have like a wood traditional constructed floor and ceiling. But really, again, that's not very different from what you'd find in a lot of today's fifth wheels, like the Eagle HT series. We do have a enclosed heated belly down here. Not some kind of crazy Four Seasons package, but it is designed to get you through a overnight cold snap. The windows that open, they tilt open so that you can use them on a rainy day. And if we look down the sidewall here, if I get close, you can see how gleamy and glossy and how not faded and not destroyed all the decals are. Again, it was used, but it was well maintained. Previous owners added a little 2-inch receiver hitch to that bumper right there, so if you wanted to put a little bike rack or accessory or something like that in the back here, you would have room. If you do go nuts throwing bikes on the back, guys, I do kind of recommend that you take the spare tire off. It just because it's not like that it's so much weight sitting there. It's when you're bouncing down the road and this bumper is all the way behind the axles that you get a lot of G-forces, and that is a lot of stress. So it's just a good idea to only kind of decide one thing to put on the bumper. Tires look good. I don't know if they are original or not. Where is the manufacturing date? I don't see it. I'll look it up later, I guess. But short of it is, I don't really see any sort of weather checking, dry rotting, anything like that. I don't believe these are the factory original tires. I could be wrong. And I don't see any irregular wear patterns indicating overloading. If I get a little closer here. Come on, camera. Come on, son. There you go. I don't really see where like the inside or the outside is wearing a little faster than anything else. And before we head upstairs, I do want to take a look through this pass-through basement storage here, and it is a full pass-through, even all the way up to the front compartment, so very good for big, long, awkwardly shaped stuff. The roof, like the rest of the camper, looks pretty darn good. The slide awning looks alright too. I can see that they did go through and occasionally clean that. It has pooled a little bit of water, probably very recently here. My guess though is that at least every spring these folks were through this thing, giving it a once over. Now it does look like they were really on top of their preventative upkeep. I can see a combination of old and new sealant going on. Like right here, they did a full peel and reseal around the skylight, so that's good. They were right on top of it. There's a couple of actually original factory seals here. They're starting to get a little checked, but they're not to the point that you have to go nuts fully peeling and sealing them. What you just need to do is in some of the little more significant divots, you just put a little quick bead of touch-up sealant. Let me look at the front termination strip here, because this is the area you want to be most concerned with. This is going to be your #1 leak point on used RV, guys. This is the #1 place you want to look if you're shopping. And kind of like the rest of it, I can see where it's had a little bit of age, but it is absolutely nothing concerning. No, overall she looks good. And I do like how they put the Max Air vent covers over the living room and the bathroom fans. So there you have it. So whether it is hitching, pieces, parts, trades, financing, truck and trailer package deals, RV deliveries, and everything between, we do it all at Haylett RV. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.